Joel chapter 1. The word of the Lord which came to Joel the son of Pethuel. Listen to this, you elders. Pay attention, all who dwell in the land. Has anything like this ever happened in your lifetime, or in the lifetime of your ancestors? Report it to your children. Have your children report it to their children, and their children to the next generation. What color left the swarming locust has devoured. What the swarming locust left, the hopper has devoured. What the hopper left, the consuming locust has devoured. Wake up, you drunkard, and wail all your wine drinkers, over the new wine taken away from your mouths. For a nation invade my land, powerful and past counting, with teeth like a lion's, fangs like those of the lioness. It has stripped bare my vines, splintered my fig trees, shorting off its bark and throwing it away, until its branches turn white. We're like a young woman dressed in the sackcloth for the husband of her youth. Grain offering and the libation are cut off from the house of the Lord. In mourning are the praised, the minister of the Lord. The field is devastated, the farmland mourns, because the grain is devastated, the wine has dried up, the oil has failed. Be appalled, your farmers, wail your vine dressers over the wheat and the barley, because the harvest in the field is ruined. The vine has dried up, the fig tree has withered, the pomegranate, even the date palm and the apple. Every tree in the field has dried up, the joy itself has dried up among the peoples. Cry out to the Lord. Gird yourself and lament your priest, wail, minister of the altar. Come spend the night in the sackcloth, minister of my God. For the grain offering and the libation are withheld from the house of your God. Proclaim a holy fast, call on assembly, gather the elders, all who dwell in the land, to the house of the Lord your God, and cry out to the Lord. Oh, the day for near the day of the Lord, like a destruction from the Almighty, it is coming. Before our very eyes has now food been cut off, and from the house of our God the joy and the gladness. The seed lies shrouded beneath cloth of the dirt, the straw houses are emptied, the granaries are broken down, for the grain is dried up. How the animals groan, the whole of the cattle are bewildered, because they have no pasture, even the flock of the sheep are starving. To you, Lord, I cry, for fire has devoured the wilderness pastures, a flame has scorched all the tree in the field. Even the animal in the wild cry out to you, for the stream of the water have run dry, and the fire has devoured the wilderness pastures. Joel chapter 2. The day approaches. Blow the horn in Zion, sound the alarm on the holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord is coming. Yes, it approaches. A day of the darkness as gloom, a day of the thick clouds, like dawn spreading over the mountains, a vast and mighty army. Nothing like it has ever happened in ages past. Nor will the future hold anything like it, even the most distant generations. Before it, fire devours, behind it, flame scorches. The land before it like the Garden of the Eden, and behind it a desolate wilderness. From it nothing escapes. Their appearance is that of the horses, like war horses they run. Like the rumble of the chariot, they hurtle across the mountain tops, like the cracking of the fiery flames, devouring stubble, like a massive army in the battle formation. Before them people tremble, every face turns pale. Like warriors they run, like soldiers they scale walls, each advancing in line without swerving from the course. No one crowds the other, each advances in its own track. They plunge through the weapons, they are not checked. They charge the city, they run upon the wall, they climb into the houses. Through the windows they enter like thieves. Before them the earth trembles, the heavens shake, the sun and the moon are darkened, as the stars withhold their brightness. The Lord raised his voice at the head of his army. How immense is his host! How numerous those who carry out his command! How great is the day of the Lord, utterly terrifying! Who can survive it? Return to the Lord. Yet even now, oracle of the Lord, return to me with your whole heart, with fasting, weeping, and mourning. Lend your heart, not your garment, and return to the Lord your God, for he is gracious and merciful, slow to anger, abounding in steadfast love, and relenting in punishment. Perhaps we will again relent and leave behind the blessing, grain offering and libation for the Lord your God. Blow the horn in Zion, proclaim a fast, call on assemblies. Gather the people, sanctify the congregation, assemble the elderly, gather the children, even infants nursing at the breast. Let the bridegroom leave his room and the bride her brother's tent. Between the porch and the altar, let the priest weep, let the minister of the Lord weep and say, Spare your people, Lord. Do not let your heritage become a disgrace, a byword among the nations. Why should they say among the peoples, Where is their God? The Lord relent. Then the Lord grew jealous for his land and took pity on his people. In response, the Lord said to his people, I am sending you grain, new wine, and oil, and you will be satisfied by them. Never again will I make you a disgrace among the nations. The north I will remove far from you, driving them out into dry and desolate land. Their vanguard to the eastern sea, their rear guard to the western sea. And their stench will arise, their sting will ascend. What great deeds the Lord has done! Do not fear or run, delight and rejoice, for the Lord has done great things. Do not fear, you animal in the wild, for the wilderness pasture sprout the green grass. The trees bear fruit, the fig tree and the vine produce their harvest. Children of the Zion, delight and rejoice in the Lord your God, for he is faithfully given you the early rain, sending rain down on you, the early and the late rains as before. The threshing floors will be full of grain, the vats spilling over with new wine and oil. I will repay you double what the swarming locust has eaten. The hope of the consuming locust and the cutter, my great army I send against you. You will eat until you are fully satisfied, then you will praise the name of the Lord your God, who acted so wondrously on your behalf. My people will never again be put to shame. Then you will know what I am in the midst of Israel. I, the Lord, am your God, and there is no other. My people will never again be put to shame. Joel chapter 3, the day of the Lord. It shall come to pass, I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh. Your son and daughter will prophesy. Your old man will dream dreams. Your young man will see visions. Even upon your male and female servant in those days I will pour out my spirit. I will set signs in the heavens and on the earth, blood, fire, and the cloud of the smoke. The sun will darken, the moon turn blood red before the day of the Lord arrives, that great and troubled day. Then everyone who calls upon the name of the Lord will escape harm, for on the mountain Zion there will be a remnant, as the Lord has said. And in Jerusalem survivors whom the Lord will summon. Joel chapter 4, Lord case against the nation. For see, in those days and at that time, when I restore the fortune of the Judah and Jerusalem, I will gather all the nations and bring them down to the valley of the Jehoshaphat. There I will enter into judgment with them on behalf of my people, my heritage Israel, because they scattered them among the nations, they divided up my land. For my people, they cast a lot, trading a young boy for the price of the prostitute, exchanging a young girl for the wine they drank. Moreover, what are you doing to me, Tyre and Sidon, and all the region of the Philistines? Are you paying me back for something? If you are, I will very quickly turn you did back upon your own head. You took my silver and my gold and brought my priceless treasure into your temples. You sold the people of the Judah and Jerusalem to the Greeks, taking them far from their own countries. Look, I am rousing them from the place to which you sold them, and I will turn your deeds back upon your own head. I'll sell your sons and daughters to the Judahites, who will sell them to the Sabeans. A distant nation, the Lord has spoken. The nation destroyed. Announce this to the nation, proclaim a holy war, alert the warriors, let all the soldiers report and march. Beat your plowshare into sword and your pruning knives into spears. Let the weakling boast, I am a warrior. Hurry, come, and all your neighboring peoples assemble there, bring down, load your warriors. Let the nation rouse themselves and come up to the valley of the Jehoshaphat, for there I will sit in judgment upon all the neighboring nations. Will the seeker for the harvest is ripe, come and trade, for the winepress is full. The fats overflow, for their crimes are numerous. Crowds upon crowds in the valley of the decision, for near is the day of the Lord in the valley of the decision. Sun and moon are darkened, and the stars withhold their brightness. The Lord rose from Zion, and from Jerusalem raised his voice. The heaven and the earth quake, but the Lord will be a shelter for his people, a fortress for the people of Israel, a secure future for Judah. Then you will know that I, the Lord, am your God, dwelling on Zion, my holy mountain. Jerusalem will be holy, and the stranger will never again travel through a hole. On that day, the mountain will drip new wine, and the hill flow with milk. All the stream of the Judah will flow with water. A spring will rise from the house of the Lord, watering the valley of the Shittim. Egypt will be waste, Edom a desolate wilderness, because of the violence done to the Judahites, because they shed innocent blood in their land. But Judah will be inhabited forever, and Jerusalem for all generations. I'll avenge their blood, and I'll acquit the guilt. The Lord dwells in Zion.